Try it again.
Yeah, well.
And now, Jabroni Studios, in association with Big Herb Productions, is proud to present to you, recording from an undisclosed location in Oakdale, Connecticut. It's Chris Burns, it's Chris Lynch. This is Dysfunction Junction.
The title of the show is Riffing on the Square. The Lynch version, conspicuous by his absence, is Lynch. However, we have to give him credit. He is out doing what the rest of us should have already done or will do after this show.
He's masturbating.
I did that. I'm doing that after the show. I
did
voted
that before and after. I'm going to do it after.
Okay, you do that. But if you didn't get your ass out and vote, I think you have until 8 o'clock in most municipalities. Some municipalities are 9 o'clock. Get your ass out there. Be a part of the system. Don't be a part of the problem. Welcome.
Well yes.
To Dysfunction Junction.
Yes. Fuck yes. I
Finish your point and I'll do the intros.
I have to do an addendum to that. I did not vote today. And it's most of everything that's going on is in Pueblo is local.
Yep.
There's some stuff up in Colorado Springs that they're voting on and this and that, but there's not a lot of major stuff going on here. My issue is that I am only a year deep into a new state, and I am just kind of catching up on where my federal and state people are, representatives. And to be honest, I have not followed my local. There's like 16 fucking candidates here. You've got like 4 or 5 real good ones, and then there's like half a dozen just retards. Yeah, I said it, retards. Idiots. Guys that show up to a press conference wearing a t-shirt type of guy.
Lovely. So you got John Fetterman part 2.
Right. I don't know enough about local politics to actually make my vote worth something. And other than what I hear on 30 seconds of the radio or whatnot, you know what I mean? So I did not vote, but I did that so that I did not want to waste a vote. And I did not also want to cast a vote. I feel an uneducated vote is worse than not voting.
Amen to that.
So I need a little more time to figure out what's going on locally because it's a lot. And I do. So that's where I'm at. But just remember, an uneducated vote is worse than not voting.
I'll take that 2 ways. Now that Lynch is here, we'll get through with introductions. The last presidential election we had, and a lot of people went out, and you just don't like Trump, so you voted for the other guy without knowing his background and knowing he wasn't going to be the president you hoped he would be. And you voted for Biden. Why? Not that I care. I'm just curious. Well, he's not Trump. I'm like, there's 6 other people on the ballot. It's not a wasted vote if you vote with your conscience and your heart and your mind.
Right.
But everybody.
Right.
But everybody thought, I'll vote for Biden because he's not Trump.
I voted for Biden, but not because I thought he was just a better alternative. Not because he just wasn't Trump. I kind of liked when Biden ran as a Democrat, and when he campaigned, he kind of campaigned right towards the center, bro. I really liked that. I really liked that centerist thing he had going on. And then I'm not going to lie, he fucked us.
He flipped on you.
Yeah, he totally took a left turn hard. He banged the Louis, and he went left, really, really left. Lynch is drinking again.
But it's not alcoholic Dayquil.
All right. Well, let's get to the introductions in case some of you need it. Hello, Terry, in the comment section. How are you doing tonight?
Hello.
I am the honky of the year 1989. My name is Chris Burns. With me, as always, is Inigo Montoya himself, the Chin Raccoon, Christopher Lynch.
Possum Haver, Christopher Lynch.
There you go. And, of course, the producer extraordinaire, the man with no hair, Michael P.S. Herman.
What is up, everybody out there?
Oh,
With all the advances in food technology, you would think they make this shit taste better.
No.
It tastes way better than it did when it first came out.
That is true.
Right now.
That is true. It used to taste like sucking on an exhaust.
You know, and just the fact that they have, like, for the nighttime one, you don't have to have the green death flavor
I was good.
You know, I'm okay with the green death flavor. Leave it alone. I don't like licorice, so
my nose is red and my teeth are green. Merry fucking Christmas.
Yeah. I do say even the alcohol-free high blood pressure green liquid, it puts you at night. There's that one extra ingredient. There's that one extra ingredient in there. You're like, ugh.
Yeah, I go right to the severe flu, whatever the heaviest version is. I go right to that and throw that little fucking cup away. Like, fuck that thing.
Bubble.
Babe, go to the store and get 4 bottles of that. I'll be fucking healthy in 2 days.
Bartender, keep them coming.
All right. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, Lynch, that this is your show. We already discussed it. However, I am making a warning because you missed pre-show. Michael Herman, if you act like an asshole tonight, I swear to Christ.
So I'm not. I can't be myself.
No, you can be yourself, but I don't want you to be
judgment. I thought this was a judgment-free zone.
You were wrong.
Apparently not tonight.
You were wrong. We judge everybody with an equal eye all the time. And if you're going to be the asshole, what up, Big Al? If you're going to be the asshole that you were in pre-production,
medium Al.
Soon to be medium Al. He's dropping the LBs.
Be medium Al. Keep it going, baby. Keep it going.
Good job, my man. Good job.
Good job with your journey there on the weight loss. That's awesome.
I'm actually starting a weight loss thing with a friend of mine from Podcast Rock City. And it's going to start in January. He's going to try to get other listeners of his show involved, the Podcast Rock City Weight Loss Challenge. And hopefully I can get Joe on in the new year and we can cross-promote Dysfunction Junction with Podcast Rock City and get some new eyes while I drop LBs.
I'm going to have to give that a peep. Podcast Rock City.
Yeah. Just so you know, it is a KISS podcast.
That's fine.
So have fun with it. Joe is a really good dude. Sonny
nice,
Polo,
Al.
really good. Sonny Pooney, really good dude. Herman's an asshole, just like
me. Fuck you, Burns. Weighing in tomorrow, 105 pounds a day. Holy shit!
Nice.
For 105 pounds.
Yeah,
nice. Fucking fantastic, man.
I was gonna give you a fuck you back, but after that fantastic news, I just can't.
He's lost a 12-year-old.
I know.
That's awesome.
I did that once, and then they put on Amber Alert and found her. Damn it.
No.
Bring her back.
I keep dropping her off in the cornfield. She finds her way back.
She's like a cat. She keeps finding her way home.
Fucking GPS and his newfangled phones.
What's your biggest mistake as a parent? Teaching her address.
Right? Teaching her address and her phone number.
Phone number. Who to call in case of an emergency.
Right. She just stands on a street corner. Butthead!
What all that living at?
Right.
Jesus. All right, Lynch. So where are we going, buddy? Take it.
This is your show, bro.
So, Herm, I'm going to mix in some of what you said this morning, and I believe I do agree with you to a certain extent. So, apparently, someone had got their hands on the manifesto for the transgender supposedly got their hands on. That was coming next term. Don't you worry. I got their hands on the manifesto of the transgender shooter from about, what was that, 5-6 months ago now? Oh, how far back are we going?
7 months.
7 months.
Yeah, February.
Now, allegedly, This has been in law enforcement's and the media's hands for, let's say, 5 out of the last 7 months.
Well, we know it's been in law enforcement's hands.
So Steven Crowder, I don't know if anybody watches him, listens to him. Nobody broke it.
It's you.
I just happy he's on my subscription feed. I watch him. I kind of have to listen to him, and as soon as he said that, I was like, oh, I got to go back and figure out what the fuck he's talking about. So allegedly, he has 3 or 4 pages of this manifesto.
3.
And the spin that he's putting on this, and this is something I want the boys to discuss. And I already know where probably both of you are going to come at me. That his spin on it is because it didn't fit the narrative of this is a trans person shooting up kids because of the trans agenda. The manifesto states, I'm going to kill all these white privileged little motherfuckers. I mean, I can kind of take that and think about it for a little bit and say, you know what, maybe Steven Crowder's right. Maybe because it doesn't push that narrative and agenda of trans hate just because of trans hate, and they're oppressed. They're the oppressed, the biggest oppressed part of society today. She hates white people, and it really doesn't make a lot of sense because, as far as I remember, that person was Caucasian, correct?
Yeah, but I hate a lot of white people.
I hate white people too, but not enough to go out and go to a school and start shooting people up.
Yeah, but that's who's at the school. Rich white people. I don't know what you want to do. I mean,
right.
Let's keep going.
Let's break that down a little bit though. If this person, he, she, it, whatever the fuck they identified as,
Shim,
shiminy, shim, cherie. So Shim was looking to cause mass casualties and damage. So apparently, according to the crib notes in this manifesto, had been plotting this since 2021, and I apparently almost, to use a term, pulled the trigger on her scheme back in the end of 2021. And she backed out because she was something to the effect of, if I do it this way, I'll get caught. Okay. Number one, she wants to cause mass casualties and do the maximum amount of damage to privileged white kids. Picking a target like that, like a prep school or uppity college or anyone of privilege is going to be sent. You know, there's going to be fucking cops there. Hopefully within a very cool, expedient time frame, which is what happened to her. Shim, whatever. I don't think Shim planned to come out of this alive.
Not a lot of them do.
Well, and that, see, my personal thoughts on this was either suicide by cop.
Yep.
Or, as with most of these people, especially the most recent one in Maine, they take their own life. So part of why I'm talking about this is it's going to tie into Maine as well. So you hate rich white people so much that you're going to go and cause the deaths of children.
Well,
that have
nothing. See, wait.
Wait, he was in the middle of a point and you're interrupting him.
I know he was, but I'm going to correct this. I'm going to correct this.
How do you
point
correct this thought?
He's not mad at white people. It wasn't mad at white people. It was mad at the white privileged kids at that school. That's why it targeted that school.
So, but why? What did those kids ever do to that person?
I don't know. But let's think about this, shall we? Who put her in that school? She's trans, so I doubt she just jumped in on the other team's bus. Who put her in the school? I'm gonna bet money it was mommy and daddy. I'm gonna bet mommy and daddy are on the right side of the fence. I'm gonna bet that mommy and daddy I'm going to bet that mommy and daddy thought that sending her to a good religious, Catholic, Christian, whatever it was, academy was going to re-educate her, hopefully. What did they think was going to happen if you put all those kids that are basically, it's the Young Republican Society. I know I pay to send my kids to a Young Republican Society Catholic school, not because of the religion. We have to just tolerate that.
One of the best in the country.
The education that they get. All right.
Right.
So there's a lot of shit that has to deal with, but mommy and daddy put her there. What did you think was going to happen if you dropped a pet? What do you think is going to happen if I don't know, you're going to drop a trans kid into a Catholic church, which, like, you know, like I said to Chris, you got a better chance of using oil and water to make fucking salad dressing and getting it to fucking emulsify. So you basically, whoever put her in that school basically put her into a position. Now, I'm not saying, like I told Chris, they fucked around with crazy and they found out.
Right.
They didn't fuck around with a normal kid. They fucked around with, and this isn't about the trans thing, even though I think that's a form of mental illness. They fucked around with somebody who wasn't stable to begin with, regardless of who they thought they were.
Well, and this all ties into my point more explicitly, like digging deep into the kind of the brains of these people that commit these types of acts, and a point that you just brought up that I wholeheartedly 100% agree with is that gender dysphoria is a real disease. It is a mental illness, and a large majority of these people who identify themselves as trans have this mental illness. And rather than seeing the professionals that they need to see, to kind of guide them through the path and make them maybe a little bit better and maybe understand exactly what's wrong with them, we placate it, and we just here's all the money you need. Here's all the pills you need. Oh sure, well, we're going to give you hormones at 13 years old instead of finding the root cause.
So society has, unfortunately, I believe, completely overcorrected.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we pulled the NASCAR move, and we just lost the ass end. The ass end is loose because we have completely overcorrected, and now we're in a skid. And I totally agree with that. But I literally believe the whole trans movement is just a complete overcorrection.
Hi, Cammy.
Hi, Cammy.
Yeah, you didn't say hello to Lynch.
You can say hi to me too, Inigo Montoya.
Yeah, really.
If you want. I mean, you don't have to. I'm used to people ignoring me.
What?
Exactly.
Oh.
Case in point. Did Herm shave his head?
I think so.
He looks.
Some here.
Did you shave your head, Herm, recently?
I'm hitting it every 3 days now.
Okay, because this is the last time I saw you, which was 2 weeks ago. You look good.
Yeah, now that I'm at the college, I'm shaving it like every couple of days.
Oh, speaking of that,
because I don't have to wear a hat if I keep it shaved.
Speaking of that, how's your situation going there? Herm.
I got called into the GM's office.
Oh, that's right.
And apparently there was a second accusation, and I'm not going to lie.
From the same person?
Why? No, the large girl that I told you about.
Yeah. Okay.
Why is it always the two? Look, it's the two ugly chicks that have accused me of inappropriate behavior.
It's always the way, bro.
First of all, this is very bad for my ego. Second of all, I wanted to tell let's put it this way. The GM called me in and told me, and so that's why I was over at the college. They'd moved me out of there, and they put me there for 3 weeks. And he called me into his office, and he's like, there was an accusation, and we pulled you out of there to, you know, because of legal and whatnot, and safety and security. But I got nothing. You've been here 3 weeks, and there's nothing I can fire you for. So they moved me over to working in the student cafeteria. I'm basically running a little grill, burgers, fries, grilled chicken. It's like a nice little burger shack outlet in the cafeteria. So I can do what I want and cook what I want, and making the same money. Don't have to supervise shit. Go in, be mindless, do it, and get the fuck out. So
well, and
they kind of did me the favor. The only thing is, I lost the weekends and the days thing, but I get 40 hours and still get Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. So
you take it, right? Take it for what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
he actually did you a huge favor.
Paycheck's the same, and I don't have to deal with any of that shit. And we know that there's a lot of issues with over there. We've discussed other than just that. So good luck with whoever they try to put there and deal with that cancer in that outlet, you know?
Well, and I guarantee you, if it's another dude, it's going to be the same set of problems.
Yeah, it will. It probably will. It probably
and then will. And that's when he has the opportunity to sit back and reflect on that and say, it's not the guy's problem.
Well, like even Larry, the GM of the entire operation, of both schools for Aladdin and campus dining, was like, I got nothing I can fire you for. There hasn't been one issue with job performance. You haven't been late. You haven't done anything messed up. You weren't rude to a customer. You haven't done a damn thing other than these two accusations that are convenient, that conveniently happening when nobody else is around. Right. So I have to do what I have to do to be safe, but I can't fire you and I can't demote you. You haven't done anything wrong. So I'm just going to slide you over to just doing some cooking with the same pay. All right.
Good on him, man. That's a smart thing to do, because he knows you're not he knows deep down you're not the problem. Otherwise, he wouldn't have done.
No, Chubby McWonder slut was the problem.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I dated her.
Right. Apparently, I'm hitting on and rubbing up against a girl that I want to hang out with her because she makes me look thin. Okay. When we walk into a room, she makes me look thin. And the other girl is 8 months pregnant and not attractive and has a pizza face. So look, my wife's met everybody there. There's only one girl there that if I was to lose my mind and decide to cheat on my wife, it would be the young Mexican girl with the pretty little body and the caramel skin and the nice and the nails. Like, hello, you two ugly horse. No. Guys, you've all seen my wife. You've all seen my wife, ladies. Even Paige was the only one who was like, "How the fuck did you pull that?"
Yeah, you're kicking way outside your coverage.
You're way above. You're above the bubble.
The next day, she's like, "Your wife's gorgeous." She's like, "How the fuck did you swing that?"
Because he's the young Hoku of marriage.
Young Hoku.
That's right, but yeah. So I go to the college. It's a little bit more of a drive, but it's not that crazy. I don't get the tips, but the tips were a nice plus. But I'm getting my wage.
But good for you, man. I'm glad things are working out better for you.
Back to the shim.
Back to the shim. So I just random thought. It popped in my head. I didn't want to lose it. So I hate to say this, and I know it's a horrible thought. Just do yourself a favor. If you have that, just take yourself out of the equation. Save everybody's the pain and heartache. And I hate even saying the word, but why inflict pain and suffering on multiple families?
I can answer that through reading and documentaries, and you know how I am with these,
Yeah.
mega killers, Virginia Tech, Columbine. They want to inflict the pain. Yeah, shut up while I'm talking.
Sorry.
That's all right. They feel the need that you're going to feel every ounce of pain that I've been feeling for days, weeks, months, years, etc., etc. That's the plan. That's the goal. That's part of the mental illness. Is that you've made the broad you, like we always like to say, the royal you, have inflicted so much pain on me, I'm going to give it back. And that's what it is, whether it's Columbine, Virginia Tech, Maine, this person, it all ties, but it goes back to one thing. And not only is it mental illness, but it's narcissism. I will show you. You will remember me.
Yes, they literally want to convert their emotional pain into physical pain and destruction on others. That's how it's manifesting itself. That is unfortunately what they're choosing as their outlet.
They woke up and chose violence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
literally woke up that morning and chose violence to kill somebody.
Yes.
So I'd like to see a little bit more proof of this manifesto and actually be able to read page by page what was in there. I have my doubts because, number one, because of the source. I have my doubts because of the source. He does his homework, but sometimes he has proven himself to release shit that wasn't legit. A couple other small outlets have talked about it, but they're only parroting what he said, and they're using the same images.
There's been national news outlets that the national news has reported that he has reported, but none of the national news is confirming any sources or confirming that this is real. All so reported is that somebody else reported.
So flip side of the coin, would it be outside the realm of the possibilities that they just don't want to report it because it doesn't fit any sort of narrative that they want to jam down your throat?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I honestly, I made this point to Chris. Why do you need to know? You don't.
I don't.
Is this stop right there? You don't. It's our own selfishness. Yeah, I know. It's the same fuck you I got from Burns at the beginning of the show. And he didn't like my fucking point either.
Because you're being an asshole. You can make a point and not be an asshole.
No, it's just I know, but it's just usually
you're not being an asshole at all. I mean,
we're all fucking selfish. We all want to know for our nosy little fucking get our fingers in it and dig around in it.
Well, see,
what good does it actually do? What do you need to know? You've seen supposedly what it is. We know that. Look, what do you need to know about crazy? What are you trying to understand about crazy that you aren't going to understand?
Maybe this. And I got sorry, Lynch. I'm going to.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
From reading not only the Columbine book that was done with every reporter that ever reported on it in that area of the country.
Oh yeah, that was a great piece of everybody working together to put the right shit out.
But then 4 years later, the diaries came out.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's more about looking to see if you can recognize the red flag before it becomes a red flag. Maybe it's just one of them little pennants you used to get in Pawtucket, Rhode Island, when the Little League went on their field trip and you went to Pawtucket Red Sox. Maybe you can see a sign where, you can see something, sense something, feel something, and pull somebody aside and let them know, hey, there's somebody out there who will talk to you, who'll do this, who'll do that. But that's what it is for me. It has zero to do with the whys and the, because like you said, what do you need to know about crazy? There's enough books and documentaries out there that I've seen and that I want to see going forward about crazy. But
to know that we don't know crazy.
But if you,
as soon as we think we do, it's a new crazy.
But if you look at, and I'll throw the Columbine diaries in, that were the kids of Eric and Dylan's official, their own handwriting, you can start to see where they unravel. And maybe that's what I'm looking for if they ever do decide to release this. And you're entirely right. They don't have to, nor do we need to see it. But you got kids in school. I got a kid in school. Lynch is the surrogate uncle to more kids than anyone ever in the history of ever. I don't want my kid to be next. There has to be some way to see, identify, and hopefully stop what happens before it happens.
Okay, but these are all. But we can see where they started to turn. Oh, no. Nobody could see shit. What you see,
they couldn't. Right, but they hit it.
Nobody could.
Not those two. No,
nobody sees where they turn until they read it afterwards. There's nothing that you're going to read because that's all a secret, and they're writing.
The only one that you could see it. The only one that they really could see it coming. There were two: Virginia Tech and Sandy Hook. They both knew these kids were crazy, and nobody white did shit.
Right. The thing with the Columbine shooters is that they were outcasts and nobody paid the fuck attention to them to begin with.
They snuck under the radar.
Right. So it's and those are usually the kids that are these shooters, that are these people these massive.
Can you learn from them?
You're trying to drive forward by looking in the rear view. I feel you're driving forward looking in the rear view.
Well, I think with each case, and this is my point about this, I think with each case, to me, you're right. It's selfish. I want to know why. But I want to know why.
I do too.
Because
you don't get to know why you get a prick.
You never know the person sitting next to you at work or friend that you've had for years. Why the sudden change in attitude? Why the sudden shift in his outlook, in his beliefs? There's got to be some sort of physical manifestation of it that somebody close to these people can see, unless they're really good at fucking hiding it. Now, Dylan Klebold and the other Columbine kid, they were
Eric Harris.
Completely under the radar. Completely.
Mm-hmm.
They were the trench coat mafia. They just kept to themselves. Anything they did wasn't out of the ordinary because they did out of the ordinary things from the word go.
Right.
But you look at a guy like...
Also, nobody paid attention to the fact that they did out of the ordinary shit.
But you look at the guy from Maine, he was normal to a point. And when that point hit, people neglected or did report it, and it was neglected. It was looked over. It's just, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He spent 3 weeks in a loony bin and stated that he wanted to commit a mass shooting. But we're just going to discredit that and not go talk to the guy and maybe think about pulling his weapons out of his house because he has full access to weapons because he's a fucking weapons instructor. There's due diligence, and then there's just pure ignorance. And in that case was pure ignorance.
That was big holes in their gun laws.
Mm-hmm.
Maine doesn't have red flag laws. They have yellow flag laws, which are completely different. Because nobody in the professional realm wants to go on record and say that somebody is nuts, because it opens them up to liabilities and their and dealing with their insurance and all kinds of evil shit. Nobody wants to go on record for that. They'll go on record immediately for someone's abusing their kid if they think so, but nobody will go off the rip to file and go the mental health route. That right there is my loophole with the gun system problem. The problem is that there's forced reporting, but mental illness and whether you think they're crazy is subjective.
It is subjective, but at least, see, this is one thing that I think if there's going to be any type of gun reform, I think all states should have red flag laws. That's just my personal opinion. You can call me an idiot or an asshole.
I'm a gun-toting fucking member of the non-NRA. I don't subscribe to the NRA, but I
don't either.
I am a proper gun owner. I am a legal gun owner, and I handle all of my firearms with the utmost of respect. My entire goal is to never have to pull the trigger on somebody for that firearm. I'm not out here hoping somebody decides to start shit. I have it in case somebody starts shit and I'm afraid for my life.
Right.
Well,
I don't ever want to have to fire that thing at a human being ever for the rest of my life. I hope that thing never fucking fires anybody.
Well, and I get that a lot from people that know that I own a gun that are not gun people at all. They're like, why do you have it?
Fuck those people.
Well, why can't I? What do you need it for? You're not a cop. You're not in the military. No, but I am a citizen of the United States, and I have the constitutional right to do so. And I say the same thing you do.
And the people inside of it.
I say the same thing you do, Herm. My goal in life is to never draw this weapon on anyone. Never have the need to. But at that moment, when I have to, I have it available. Because
right, just like the shotgun next to my front door. It is completely fully fucking loaded. It's lubed up. I go through it once a month and check it, make sure it's still a little greasy and works well, and load it back up and lean it in the corner. And
let me tell you,
as I'm concerned, that thing should hopefully for the rest of my life sit there in the corner and never
collect dust.
The only reason I clean it is because I can collect dust.
So 3 years ago, when Megan got her gun permit, she was all freaked out about having it loaded in the house. Oh, you got to put the ammo here. And I'm like, what good does that do you? Think about it. You put the gun here and you put the ammo here. By the time somebody
you're dead.
And you're dead.
Yep.
Over the course of the world events over the last 3 years, especially since this main thing, because it hit close to home. My friend George, who was a comic book artist, lives 25 minutes from where that happened now. He moved up there a couple of years ago. My aunt lives 15 minutes from where that happened. And Megan said to me that Monday, where's my gun? I said, it's upstairs loaded, 3 magazines. Can you bring it downstairs and put it under my desk for me? Her attitude has completely changed.
Of course.
And that's within a span of 3 years. And just looking at the world through our glasses today, it's like, it's fucking scary, dude. And she says the same thing. She's like, I hope to never have to lift this and aim it at a person and pull the trigger. She said, but if I have to, I have to.
Of course.
And,
yeah, I mean, same.
And it's sad to say that. It's, you know, and I hate having to defend myself as to why I carry a gun. The why is none of your fucking business. If you're that concerned with it, go to a gun club. Go to a couple classes. Go through the certification. See what it's all about. Instead of questioning it, participate. And maybe, just maybe, you may accidentally find something that you enjoy. Well, why do you need to have an AR-15? And, oh, my wife even sent me this. It's a picture of an M14 on the top. And it's something to the effect, same caliber, blah, 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 223s, and then a picture of an AR-15. Same weapon, different body style. People need to learn this. And it's true. A Mini 14, an AR-15, can do just the same amount of damage.
Correct.
And
the answer sorry.
Go ahead, Chris.
Well, the answer to that question is simple. Why do you need to have this? Why do you need to have this? Some of these people have houses with more bedrooms than they'll ever use. You know what the answer is? Because I can.
Look,
if I was filthy Taylor Swift rich, I'd buy a goddamn tank and I'd park it in the driveway. Do you know why? Because I can, and it's my right to do so. Why do people have Maseratis when a Honda will do just the same? It's not a sports car, but it gets you point A to point B. It's because you can, and you have a right to do so by law.
Well, it's a tool, and what an AR-15 is a completely it's a tool. All right.
Mhm.
I know a lot of ranchers that use them, and they use them because they are high velocity, small caliber projectiles. All right. It also is a weapon that and a firearm that works very well for eliminating varmints that kill cattle and livestock. All right. Um, it's a platform that, due to what we've applied and learned for tactical and using a firearm repeatedly, that how to make a firearm that is easy to control, highly effective at at range for hunting or elimination of pests. It has a nice solid fire. It's a tool, and people know that it's a tool that works well.
Mhm.
Okay. It's this it I don't know how else to put it. Um, yes, you could go out and buy an old M14, but shooting that thing, trying to hunt hogs or defend your ranch from a helicopter or from a car all day is going to kill your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Choose a tool that isn't going to exhaust you. That's why we have power tools versus hand tools. They only see that they only see it as a death machine for people, but they always want to disclude its use as a tool that is not against human life.
I got the perfect sideways comparison to that is do you remember during COVID, the height of COVID, and Joe Rogan came out and said he took ivermectin and it worked like a charm, and people were losing their shit because, oh, ivermectin, the horse dewormer, ha ha ha, you took a horse dewormer. If anybody took 5 minutes out of their day, which judging by their reactions, they didn't, look up what ivermectin was actually made for to start,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then come back. Oh, they don't want to do that. Well, it's a horse dewormer. I saw it on the news. Well, great. The news lies to you every fucking day.
Well,
They
all right. So you're just proving my point with why I brought this topic up. I think my main point of this is we, when I say we, I mean collectively, not the three of us, we have become so reliant on the media to be our sole televised media, to be our sole source of the way we get the news.
Mm-hmm.
I could have 5 TVs up in front of me, which I have 4 here in front of me right now. If I fired up these 4 TVs and put it on 4 different news networks, you get 4 different versions of what the news is.
Right.
Which is okay. You got your left, you got your right, you got your center, you got Al Jazeera, which is probably one of the most I respect the most out of any journalistic tool out there.
Oh, yeah.
They're very just state the
Down
facts,
the middle and unbiased.
Unbiased, and that's how I like my news, is unbiased. I don't want
local station here is that way.
I don't want David Muir's opinion on a topic. I don't want Connie Chung's opinion on a topic. She's not even a thing now, but anyway, I'm just using her as an example.
She is Tamori, goddammit.
He ain't dead yet.
He is the father.
I just want my information read to me. No opinion. Let me make up my own mind. And
just the Cronkite version.
Just give me the tip. Just a tip.
But toward the end, Cronkite was kind of little.
Well, I mean,
wonky
for Cronkite. I mean, but like even just before he retired, Cronkite makes everybody else look far right or left, regardless of what they're trying to do.
Okay, you make a good point on that.
Even he started to had to go that route because of the times. Even then, Walter was like, barely. He was like, his foot was still on the middle line. It was just off center.
Right. He was leaning like a drunk.
Yeah.
And I not to cut you off, Lynch, but there is that's the local Channel 5 KOAA here. It is right down the fucking middle.
And when I can get your news, when I can actually watch your news, I watch it.
It's fucking amazing on pretty much anything. They're right down the middle.
I love it.
It is kind of fucked up, but like, I don't know. Herm's got great fucking news. Like you can watch it and it's not bullshit. And they'll tell you about the tragedy event on the left side or talk about the issues on the right or left, but there's no tone.
They're not going to stand in front of what you're saying is they're not going to stand in front of a riot, looking down the barrel of the camera, microphone in hand, with fires blazing behind them and saying, this mostly peaceful protest started
no, they'd be there. Lynch will tell you, they'd be there like, no, we've definitely got some shit on fire. People are pissed. That's kind of how they are.
Lauren Boebert still has big boobs.
Yeah, they just report the news. They don't put a tint on it.
Good.
They stand there with their mic and go.
They push commercials.
Yeah, there's shit going on.
They push commercials about that's the news they give. They're kind of like the local version of News Nation.
Mm-hmm.
They're right down the fucking middle. There's right and left on the channel, and it's equally represented. And I got to be honest, it's the best fucking thing about moving to Colorado is the local fucking news.
Well, you may have missed what I said, Herm, is that it's kind of my point is we become so reliant on the television news media to tell us what's going on in the world. And they have suppressed information in the past. They have put spins on things to push narratives. The whole Me Too movement. You look at NBC, every woman that's ever said they were touched by a fucking fruit fly, they believed. Whereas you look at other networks like Al Jazeera, News Nation, they looked at it as allegedly. The news today paints you guilty before due process, and you have to fight your way to be unjudged before the court service. It's ridiculous, and I would bet my last dollar, which is probably all I have in my pocket right now, that the media does lie to us consistently and constantly and withholds the information because it doesn't push a certain narrative. And that's something we can talk about a little bit that ties into that is like you just said, the news has changed in the last 50 years. You go back to looking in the 50s.
Well, that's because who owns the media companies? Exactly.
And it's all entertainment. It's entertainment. I don't want to be entertained with the news. And I also hate the way the 6:38, I don't know what time it is out there. I when I watch your news, it's much later. The 6:30 p.m. news, Burns, you can probably attest to this because I'm sure you watch the news at 6:30.
Like the national news?
Yeah. They go down the entire agenda within the first 6 minutes. That's enough. Because by the time they get to the news piece, it's just blowing smoke up your ass. The first 6 minutes of ABC News is all I need to know.
Oh, I don't like ABC.
NBC, Lester Holt's getting that way too on NBC.
I got to be honest. I like Lester Holt. I
like him better.
Lester. All right,
I do like Lester.
He's pretty solid, and he doesn't lean too far left where I'm like, what the fuck? I know he's got to do what his network has got to do.
He's got to toe the company line.
Right. I think Lester Holt is that's the news I watch. I watch Lester because I feel it's probably the closest representation of the truth. And not so and not as much agenda.
Yeah, and that's what I want. I just want tell me what's happening, who's involved, who died, who didn't die, how many dead, how many wounded. That's all I need to know. I don't need to hear what we here at ABC feel. Your feelings don't matter to me. I don't care. I just want facts. Facts. And Al Jazeera is about and News Nation are the two that consistently just give facts. And
I like Cuomo. I got to be honest. I like Cuomo on that network.
I do too. I like him. He's a cocky asshole, and I love it.
He is, but I kind of like him on that network.
I'm a fan. Burns, what you looking up?
Nothing.
Okay.
I'm letting it roll, bro. You guys are riffing. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a Nora O'Donnell guy myself. CBS may be a little left leaning, but I get to stare at Nora.
Nora is nice.
It's like watching Katie Couric in the morning back in the day. Oh my Jesus donuts!
Oh, when we went to see Drew Barrymore, Nora was in the studio.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I was 20 feet away from her.
Oh, see, if Lauren Boebert won't marry me, I'm going after Nora.
Lauren Big Boobs.
That's right.
Knockers Boebert. That's her new Twitter handle. Knockers.
Get a handy while watching John Candy.
I don't think she's going to be around much longer.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Shouldn't have to be in politics.
No, I know. I'm just saying that. Whew. She pissed off.
Another thing for another time.
We're one of the top veteran states, and she's pissed off just about all the veterans in the state voting against shit to not give them what they need. So that it's not going to be good.
No. I'm looking up a headline here. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves.
As long as we're on, the subject of the news and
Do we have any results left yet for like Ohio and the Virginia, some of that shit in Virginia?
That's what I'm looking up.
All right. While you're doing that, I just don't like the people that they see one thing. They'll watch a 5-minute Cliff Notes version. They're not reading anything. They're not looking deeper into it. They're not looking for another angle or another article or whatever. And they just think, I know this. You're an idiot. How could you say it? And it's the way of the world now. They're headline hunters. And it drives me nuts.
Yes, it's the clickbait generation.
Yeah. Well, I read. Well, great.
Like I watched some bullshit on NBC this morning about how people under 30 are getting like 90% of their news and information from TikTok.
Yeah. TikTok, the trusted source in news and information.
Right. Like I'm just saying, like the China involved social media app. I'm just saying, go ahead, call me a boomer. I don't give a fuck. You can go fuck
I'm
yourself.
a little leery.
I'm just right. Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
Ain't got no gas in it.
I like them French fried potatoes.
Here's a headline. Here's a headline for you, Burns. UFC star Paige Van Zandt has made more money on OnlyFans than for fighting.
That's not a surprise. Paige Van Zandt is a beautiful woman.
Well, actually, you might be able to see that picture.
Yeah, buddy.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's a honky tonk.
It's entrepreneur.
There's a honky tonk, badonkadonk, and there it is. Okay, look, you see,
I don't have it, but I got to be honest. I'll bet literally, it's just a porn subscription. It's not
basically
like I'm talking to anybody.
Didn't start that way, but it is now.
You're right, but you're just getting the choice photos of something you think is really pretty. But what? So what? Let's be honest. If I spent $12 a month on 2 or 3 subscriptions, and all I got was some pretty pictures, what's the harm? All right, I'm just saying, like, I don't think my wife would mind, and as long as she didn't mind, I don't see the problem with it.
Okay, so to that point, the teacher that just recently got fired for having an OnlyFans,
that I got a problem with.
Okay, I'm going to tell you why I don't have a problem with it. Because OnlyFans is behind a paywall. You pay, you put your credit card in for whatever she charges a month, and you get these hot pictures. Someone in the community anonymously turns to
That's
it.
what I'm saying.
Which
problem
kid's
is
dad?
that's-
Which kid's dad was smacking the meat to this girl's
and
cooch?
whose mom's pissed?
Bingo.
That's no, I get it, but that you're a teacher.
Doesn't violate her contract.
No, there's a discretion problem.
There's got to be a morality clause in.
Yeah,
didn't use her real name, did her thing, whatever.
But
why are we kvetching when you have to verify your age, your credit card? You have to verify everything. Now you're in, okay? Now you're in, and you want to see pictures of this girl's cooch? Great. No, if any kid saw this, it's not the fault of the teacher. It's the fault of the dad that was slapping the ham to Miss Golden Nuggets.
Well, yeah, but that creates a conflict of interest when a parent I'm sorry, that's a conflict of interest. You don't look at the teacher with the same respect. You don't deal with the teacher. That's just this whore I've been fucking jerking off to. That's not my son's teacher. Okay? And there's a complete lack. No, I'm sorry. For a teacher, you can't do it. You're gonna have to do it old fashioned. I don't know.
Dad's on the OnlyFans. He's looking at the different women. He finds one he likes. He pays his $29.95 if that's what it is. I don't know. I've seen people put up ads on what do you call it there? Instagram. Join my OnlyFans for $8. I'm like, I have better things to do with $8 than look at pictures that 3,000 other people have seen your cooch. But if she's doing it and not using her own name, and dad finds it and he subscribes, the fault belongs to the father. If you happen to recognize her, okay, here's an idea, have some discretion, because if you're the guy that anonymously turned her in, they have to do an investigation and crawl it all the way back. They have to find out. I don't know how they're going to find out.
I'm sorry.
Doesn't matter.
She had a job. People the people that gave her the job have a problem with it. Good day, sir. You're let go. Bye-bye.
That part I get. The whole employment thing, that's fine. And
I'm sorry, it's a morality issue as far as the teacher is supposed to be.
She's not showing her cooch to the fourth graders. She's showing it on the internet.
That doesn't matter. It changes her entire position of authority with parents. It changes all of that. She cannot be just their teacher and be respected as that, because somebody's mom and everybody's dad has seen her in a completely different light.
Her credibility is completely destroyed.
Shot.
That's great.
She may not have her on staff. Her credibility as a teacher and an educator is nothing. You're good, sir, you're fired.
Then I'm saying, girls, stay on the OnlyFans, sell your cooch, because you're making more money than you were trying to when you're trying to teach. Now you're making big ass bucks because you're hot and you got the cooch and you want to sell it. Good for her. And that's not something.
But if Lauren Boebert was doing it,
fuck.
Everybody knows who she is. Nobody knows who Miss Golden Nuggets is, or whatever her fucking name was.
Everybody in that town does.
They do now. They do now.
Problem.
Some kid in Peoria, Illinois, doesn't know.
She shouldn't have done it. Straight up. And
all right, let me ask you this, Chris.
Start to sound like Shapiro with no hair.
Let me ask you this,
like Colorado Beavis. Go ahead.
What the fuck?
Herm Shapiro in the house.
Let's say you have a female mayor, and she's a very attractive woman.
Okay.
And she decides one day, she wakes up and says, I'm going to start an OnlyFans page. For $9.99 a month, you can look at my pussy. And any other part of my body that I decide to show you. Under an alias. But she's a recognizable figure. And you happen to stumble upon this. If you're that guy who doesn't really pay attention to local politics or anything like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And, she's pretty. I'm going to sign up. She's really hot. Then that same guy sees an interview. Hey, that's the girl I just paid $9.99 to send me a pair of panties. Does that blow credibility at all?
First of all, they do that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
And they'll say underwear worn.
Jen's drawer. Jen's underwear drawer and make some fucking Christmas cash.
Underwear worn for 28 days. They'll sell it for $45. Yeah, dude.
Who wears the same drawers for 28
Yeah.
days?
Not
Anybody
consistently. It's put on every day for 28 days and worn for like an
Gotcha.
hour.
Does
All right.
anybody else getting a red flag that Lynch knows exactly to the dollar how much shit costs?
It's called the dark web. Look,
I'm
shit
just
up.
saying.
Herm,
Has anybody else picked up on that shit?
Herm, I usually save this for you, but I think today I have to turn it around. Lynch, this is exactly why we can't have nice things.
Wait. I got a hat I have to sniff.
How come Lynch knows 28-day worn panties are $46.73? I'm just saying.
Right?
If you creep around, listen. If you creep around Reddit enough with an account, you find things.
All right. Can I get back?
Okay.
You asked me a question.
All right. So
And,
if you had a mayor that showed her pussy on OnlyFans, would you take her seriously at all to do anything politically correct politically in your town?
You're asking me.
I'm asking both of you. What would you think if your mayor decided one day to wake up and say, "Fuck it, I'm going to show my pussy and everything else that I want to show"?
I'm going to answer the question, then I'm going to give you an example of how this is kind of a false equivalency. Wouldn't care in the least. Are you doing your job correctly? Are you tending to the people of your community the way you should be? Are you doing your job to the letter of the law? Then I have no problem with what you do. Marion Berry, the mayor of Washington, D.C., got busted with a hooker smoking crack. They elected him 3 more times.
I wouldn't. That's just me.
There's no accounting for taste. What do you want me to say, bro? You know, that's not the win you think that's not the win they thought it was. Okay,
no, it wasn't, because he got busted again. But that's not the point.
Honest.
2 more times.
That's not the flex you think it is, my man.
No, it's not. What I'm saying is, if you're doing your job right, what you do in your off time, as long as you're not killing people or hurting people, who gives a shit? Who honestly gives a shit? If you want to sell chin hair and call it makeup brushes, and you make a fortune at it, but you tell people it's like, fine Corinthian horsehair, who gives a shit? You making money? Good.
Yeah,
you're not selling crack, you're not killing people, and you're not molesting little kids.
Money?
The end.
You making people laugh? Yeah. But tell Bill to have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
I don't know. I just think to me, it's just very poor judgment.
Thank you, Justin Potter. I appreciate you, Justin. Thank you. The fucking balls on you.
I just think it shows poor judgment, and I'm gonna. I elected this person with such poor judgment. How is she going to lead me? And she's going to make another bad decision that's going to affect me directly.
And the problem, and this is experience and being a middle-aged man, knowing how things roll. Because we, of the 3 of us, were there when the internet was created.
Oh yeah.
Don't speak of the dark magic to me, witch. I was there when it was written.
Oh.
Unfortunately, that is OnlyFans, and in the 1.3 millisecond download age, honestly, you can't just say that those pictures are just out there and they're just on OnlyFans. That shit is disseminated immediately all over the place. Let's be honest. I can get pictures from OnlyFans if you wait a while and you let it disseminate.
Agreed.
But
that's not the intent. And if it gets out, then
it's not the intent, but hell is paved with good intent.
Not saying it's not. What I'm saying is if you're doing this, and let's be honest, I don't necessarily think that I'm not a fan of prostitution. I'm not a fan of some of these things that happen in today's day and age, but how you make your money is none of my fucking concern.
Him as 18 and starts rolling an OnlyFans account. How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that now?
How do I feel about it?
Yep.
I'm not going to like it, but she's 18. She's an adult. She can make her own goddamn decisions. Okay. If she does, I'll kill her, but she can make her own goddamn decisions.
I will go to prison, but yes, she can try that shit.
Correct.
I understand. I guess my point is that, like, sometimes I understand making money and I'm all for it.
All you need is 5 minutes on Reddit. That's an OnlyFans girl right there.
That girl is probably 15 years old.
All right, so this is the kind of shit that.
Am I going to jail because you showed me that? What's going on?
She got clothing on.
No.
What's going on?
And somewhere in America, Justin Potter is squeezing the cheese right now.
Did I just go on a registry? What happened?
Yeah.
But here's the converse to that OnlyFans girl.
Okay.
Seriously.
Some girls think they.
I have 3-4 more beers. I take a shot.
God bless the internet. That's all.
Hey, baby.
Chris is primed up. Chris is getting primed up. That girl's got a shot.
So here's interesting news.
Go ahead.
Whoa, hey, hello.
The makeup $75. The 20 rack is $19. Well, the makeup makes me pretty. So does the
30 rack,
and it's a third of the price.
That's right.
All right, so Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds signs her commit to caucus for DeSantis, as his team sees a big win there as the only way to stop Trump. So
her caucus.
Yeah, her cock is.
So, she used her cock to stop Trump.
Her cock is stopping Ron DeSantis.
This is why I can't have nice things.
This is going way off the rails.
Well, Hat, how are you tonight? I'm good.
Stop
thanks.
it. Anyway, I'm right here. Stop it.
No, that's big news for DeSantis because Iowa's the big one.
Yep.
And if she's committing to that, I mean, I don't see any other states that probably will fall right in line behind Iowa.
Ron DeSantis right now, his biggest thing, and this is something that I, as a DeSantis fan,
it's his
would
lifts.
like him. Well, I don't give a shit about the lifts. You do what you want. You want to sell your dick on OnlyFans, Ron? Sell your dick on OnlyFans. But
I don't either.
What he needs to do, starting today,
Ron.
Stop talking about Trump and push yourself. No one wants to buy you as the alternative to Trump. We want to buy you for what you present to us. Nobody goes to a Toyota dealership and looks at the 2024, 2025 Camry and they go, hey, you know what? This isn't the Chevy Tahoe. You should really, you know why? Because it's not the Mustang. You should get into this car because it's not a Honda Accord. Tell me about the fucking Camry.
What?
Sell me. I've read his book. His book is fantastic. Ron DeSantis.
Well, he definitely had help with that. I'm just saying. He didn't write that straight. Somebody edited that heavy.
Oh, every politician
it's his ideas. It's somebody else is typing it.
Every politician that writes a book has at least 2 ghostwriters, and you can tell because the words they use are not words they use when you see them.
When you see them ever.
Correct.
This is not.
So that's it. To speak of that, Lynch, going forward, and I'm waiting for the next Republican debate. I'm waiting for the next Democratic debate if there's gonna be one.
Right.
Because right now, everybody's putting their eggs in Biden, but nobody's looking at, some of these other candidates. But DeSantis getting that rally and that vote of confidence from the Iowa governor, innumerably tremendous for him and his team.
Yeah, I think it's a huge feather in his cap, and it's a big push for him because Iowa is a big state for electoral votes, and that's
okay. I got to stop everybody because Ryan Springer is a very dear friend of mine for several years. Can you put up the comment? And Ryan, if you could, while we riff on this, tell me why. Tell me why. One? The one that says Trump 2024. Now, I'm not a Trump hater. I'm not a Trump hater.
But I'm not a Trump supporter either.
Correct. He did some good things. He did some bad things. Trump, to me, his biggest flaw is that he can't shut his mouth. Ever. He probably talks in his sleep and pisses his wife off.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This is the best sleep ever. My pillow is huge.
Right. It's the best mattress. I had the best people make it.
Donald Trump would be wise, and this is my opinion.
I had the My Pillow guy come in and design everything on the headboard.
The best thing Donald Trump can do is not stay in politics. The best thing. What's bullshit? What I'm saying?
I don't know. No.
The best thing Donald Trump could do is just
Stay
go out
out
and do
of politics.
commercials for the rest of his life.
Just, hi, I'm former President Donald Trump.
There you go. Seriously, I'm Donald Trump, and I'm here to tell you about Delta Airlines. It's the best airlines.
It's the best airlines. They have
the seats are huge. They're
so comfortable. They're the best seats.
Nothing's built in China.
Spirit Airlines sucks balls.
I do miss the way he says China.
China.
Not
China.
China. From China. It's almost like vagina, but
that 6 to 8 word. That 6 to 8 word gate that he was famous for. When I ran for president, I ran for president for you. We're going to make America great again. You know why? Because I'm the best. I have the best words. I have the best brain. I have the best language.
For real.
They have 30 inches of leg room at best. Well, then don't fly fucking Delta. I'm just saying the man should just do commercials for the rest of his life.
Yeah, I don't know how you fly, buddy, but when I fly, I get first choice of the fucking plane, and I sit right by the emergency exit.
That's only because they do that for tubby fuckers.
Yeah, I literally every time I fly pay to be one of the first 15 people on the fucking plane. I
could give a shit when I get on the plane. Just get me to my fucking destination. You guys saw it. All I cared about is this plane going to get off the ground on time or what? That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, we've gone off the rails, Ryan. I'm still waiting for your dissertation.
Yeah, however, I'm still waiting for the reason why
Trump 2024.
We're not being shitty, dude. Get one legitimate reason why
and that's the thing with Ryan. He knows. I'm not going to ask him a question if I'm not interested in hearing what he has to say. So good on you, Ryan. You may have just won MVP of the comment section. I'm not sure yet. To answer your question, Lynch, and to kind of stop beating on Trump because Ryan started it. Yeah, I think it's a big win for DeSantis to be, especially in a place like Iowa where it is one of the hugest swing states when it comes to a presidential election. That's huge for him. And as a DeSantis fan, and right now there's no one, and I mean no one on the Democratic side that is wowing me right now. Absolutely not. So, yeah, big win for DeSantis. I'm all in for Ronnie D.
I can't imagine 4 more years of Grandpa Joe. I just can't. It hurts my head to think about that because
hurts your wallet too.
Well,
the president doesn't have anything to do with gas prices, gentlemen.
We're not talking about the gas. Stop it.
No,
Back
Ryan
up.
Springer just answered.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Okay. The pipeline, I get, but the gas prices.
Wait a minute.
That won't happen. That won't happen.
And the pipeline that you had was bringing oil. What pipeline?
They were going to build a pipeline. They were going to build one. That was the whole Red Rock thing.
But there's still a pipeline there. The problem was it was because we were importing oil from Canada. We weren't selling our shit and extra and making money. That wasn't the whole point. That wasn't the whole point. The point was that the pipeline has been built and all it did was inflow from Canada. The pipeline's still there.
And if you think
the president has absolutely nothing to do with gas prices.
And if you think we have it bad here,
you're gonna step on one more person, and I swear to God, I'm gonna shave half your beard and the other eyebrow. So you have like
right now, honey, bring me some clips.
One half and then the opposite eyebrow.
If you think it's bad in the States, it's 10 times as bad in Europe right now.
Oh yeah,
because they use straight diesel. They're very little petrol over there.
Okay,
it's all diesel fuel.
I'm rereading the comment, Ryan. He can bring down the gas prices by opening the pipeline from Alaska through Canada. Well, he said and Canada, but I understand where he's going.
That part of the pipeline already exists.
But they stopped it.
No, they stopped. No, they stopped building the part that was going to allow us to export and move oil around. The influx and the import pipeline still exists and is running. It was the project, the third stage of the project that was shut down.
I don't often say this,
the
but
whole import. The import is still import.
I don't often say
oil
this.
from Canada.
Oh, okay. I don't often say this, but at some point today or tomorrow, can you send me a link to something that will enlighten me on that? Because I do want to read more.
Absolutely. Okay, everything's good. All right.
Suddenly, we got Axe from Demolition as a co-host. Come out there Saturday night and whip your monkey ass.
So I'm reading through Ohio right now, and I really don't see a lot of headlines about the way it's going. Live updates. Well, we can talk about the Ohio. That's
lead us in.
I'm getting there. Stand by.
All right. Yeah, stand by.
Stand by.
I got you. Hi,
all right.
I'm Chris Burns from Dysfunction Junction. While my co-host takes his sweet-ass time, I love the taste of a cold Miller Lite. Miller Lite, when your co-host is too fucking slow.
Fuck you.
We need to get Miller Lite on the fucking phone.
That's your job.
All right, so the big deal in Ohio right now is Ohio voters are casting their ballots on Tuesday to decide whether a proposed amendment will enshrine abortion in the state's constitution. Known as Issue 1, would change the Ohio Constitution to establish an individual right to one's own reproductive medical treatment, including but not limited to abortion, including treatments that include contraception, fertility treatments, and miscarriage care. If the amendment passes, it will create legal protection for a person or entity who assists someone receiving an abortion and prevent Ohio from directly, quote, or indirectly burdening, penalizing, or prohibiting abortion before viability, generally considered between 24 to 26 weeks. So that's pretty big. Currently in Ohio, abortion is currently banned at 22 weeks or later. So what this is saying is that they're going to open it up to 24 to 26 weeks. And it could be a case-by-case basis as well. Okay. That is, I think that's opening Pandora's box, to be completely honest with you, because you give them that inch next election cycle, they're want to go full term.
There are states right now that are fully behind full term, or they say late term abortion, up to and including like a week before birth. I'm not a fan. I'm also not a fan of abortion as a whole, but I understand it. We've had this conversation before in the archives. If it's up to me, I know people who, and real quick, somebody do the math, because I'm going to be riffing. That's the point of the show. 22 weeks. 22 weeks is how many months?
Like
5 months.
Okay. Now, I have very good friends who have had what they call premature babies, 5 months, 6 months, and live a fantastic life. And they come out with the arms and the legs and the heartbeat and the ding dong or the hatchet wound or whatever the fuck. And
hatchet wound.
Yeah, I did. And they live a fantastic, healthy life. You ask some of these dipshits out there, it's just a clump of cells. Really? Am I a clump of cells? I've got arms. I've got legs. I've got a heartbeat. I've got eyes. And when those babies are born at that point, I am okay. And here's where I'm going with this. And I'm just going to repeat myself from the past episode. You guys can call me a weenie if you want. I really don't give a fuck. In the embryonic stage. And in my mind, I say, have a good reason. But at that point, what you're looking at is a science project. Once you start to form the arms, the legs, the eyes, the heartbeat, and there are tests that prove this. If you were to go in and poke that baby at 22 weeks, they feel pain. That is a human being. They're just not fully gestated. I understand abortion for rape, incest, harm to the baby, harm to the mother. There's a billion different reasons. If you're Susie Rottencrotch and you're using it and you go bang the football team and now all of a sudden I'm pregnant and I don't know who the daddy is, guess what? There's consequences to and reward to every action. If that's what you think that this is, it's not birth control. But
yeah, I don't like hanging the term birth control on the abortion issue at all.
But some do.
It's not control. You're
no, you were out of
taking,
control, and that's why you're here.
You're taking the easy way out. You decided to do adult things with adult consequences, and there are several other options other than aborting the baby. You and I agree on a lot of things about this topic. I have the same list of potential reasons. I would even go as far to say, even if the baby was going to be born and die within a month, I'd still rather have that month to spend with my child and give it as much love as I could than kill it before it's born.
It's a difficult,
it's a difficult thing decision to say, and if the kid would suffer and be in immense pain, my thought process may be different. But if it's just something congenital that there's no way of saving, I'll take my chances and get the hold the child. Because I hold life pretty dearly. With all the shit I've been through in the last 30 fucking years, I hold life pretty dearly, and some eye-opening experiences personally. But to do full term, that Ryan said it somewhere in the comments there.
Yeah,
a week before his murder.
There's a young lady. Well, she's not a young lady anymore.
That person. If you were to having a purpose and all this other bullshit that some of the left want to throw in there, saying, it's perfectly fine. It's not a human until it's born. No, it's a human.
Like the ignorant bitch, and I'm going to say it, the ignorant bitch who was on TikTok not long ago, and it went kind of viral. I saw it on Instagram. Somebody shared it and was like, this woman has no fucking clue. Wanting to sue her parents. Are you ready for this? Because she did not consent.
Oh, I saw that. I think a lot of that
it wasn't real, and that's the whole point. It wasn't real. It was a farce, and
I hope it was, because if not, I just called this girl an ignorant bitch.
The right picked up on it and ran with it like crazy.
Did they? I didn't. The only place I ever saw it was Instagram. Well,
yeah, most of the people that were flipping out were more right centric. So, gotcha. But yeah, it was literally just it was a farce.
Okay.
But still, if you the man on the street type, James Klug, he goes around to different universities. Oh my God, the older gentleman that he's usually with, I can't remember his name. He has his own channel, but he asks questions like that. At what point is viability for a baby? I'm okay with it up until it's born. What? You can just think about what you're saying when you say that. You're basically saying you're going to commit murder. To me, that's my viewpoint. If the baby's happy and healthy and got everything it's supposed to, and nothing is not, and is if I ripped it out 3 weeks early and it'd be able to draw its first breath and start screaming like a banshee, why the fuck end that life? There's other options. There's
son of a bitch.
Adoption. There's what happened?
No, my Wi-Fi keeps tripping. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you're calling me a son of a bitch. I know I am.
No, stop it. Herm's a son of a bitch. You're just a regular bitch. Still love you, always have.
Mm-hmm. But anywho, that's a big bill. It's a big topic in Ohio, and like I said, it's just going to open doors to, like I said, you give them an inch, they take 10 miles, and it could it's going to spiral even further away from the 26-week timeline that they're looking to propose in this bill.
I'm in a weird position because I don't think it should be legal, nor do I think it should be illegal. If that makes any sense at all, please understand. When it comes to late-term abortion, no, never. I'm all for limits. I'm all for the things that I outlined, care for, safety of the mother, safety of the child, yada, yada, yada. There's a whole lot of things. I do think there should be limits. I don't want to tell you or anyone else what to do with your life. I have my thoughts and my feelings, but I'm not going to stand outside of Planned Parenthood when a young lady, and I'm going to use a teenager, 16 years old, got pregnant, scared. Mom and dad, they have the discussion, they bring her in. I'm not going to stand outside of Planned Parenthood and tell you shouldn't do this. You have made a decision to do something that is going to stop you from having a negative impact on your life at that age.
Well,
going forward, if you're 22, 25, 31, you can make the same decision. I'm going to look at you a little different. I'm not going to hate you. I'll be like, you knew, you're smarter than this, but who am I to stop you? I can't.
And I'm not going to pass judgment on people that do have it. I can't. I'm not living their life. I don't know the exact circumstances of what they're going through. I'm over here. They're over there.
Yeah.
And I would be exactly the same. I'm not going to stand in front of a Planned Parenthood and call you a murderer, because it's not fair. It's not fair to you, especially a 15, 16-year-old kid. You don't know, probably don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Because financial is it's a big hit financially to have a kid, especially at that age. Now, if you happen to have a family,
your entire life.
I went to high school with a girl who got pregnant at 17. She decided to keep the baby. She was pregnant at graduation. It grew up to be a beautiful, beautiful baby, and this kills me to this day. Unfortunately, the mother was killed in a motor vehicle accident. When the kid was 6 years old. One of my really, really close friends in high school, Mel. She was an amazing person.
I'll leave myself out of it. Let's just say I went to 8th grade with a girl who got pregnant in 8th grade.
8th grade.
8th grade.
That's awesome. 8th grade.
And I don't know whatever happened. I never kept touch because she wasn't my friend. But that's not because she was a bad person. She just wasn't my friend.
Yeah.
So
I mean, she got married senior year of high school.
No shit.
She turned 18 senior year. She got married. He was a sailor.
Of course he was.
Well, a very nice guy. Super nice guy. And he wasn't your typical squid.
I was gonna say she went squid hunting. Herm and I used to go Navy wife hunting.
Christopher's.
Yep.
Ladies' night, Wednesday nights.
Slut-timbers. Oh my God.
Slut-timbers.
Who gets out on Wednesday night at 10:30?
Yeah,
that's right.
Every seat is greased. Every seat is greased.
Ladies' night.
We said that a couple weeks. We said this a couple weeks ago.
Hey,
Jen.
Welcome back, Jen. How you been? Wow, you came in with like 5 minutes to go. Awesome. No, we miss you, Jen. I've been wondering where you were in the comment section. You missed a hell of a discussion. Watch it back later. Have some fun. Comment and whatever it is. We talked about a lot tonight, and I think we covered Ladies' Night by Kool and the Gang. Same thing. What are you waving around? The edible. Oh shit! Here comes the butt stuff. The Navy Base Club. See? Jen knows. She's
City Nights.
City
Nights was the rock and roll side, and I don't remember what they called the country and western side.
Who cares? The beer was cold and the chicks were hot. That's why Chad and I hung out on the countryside.
Same here. I'd go in, start at the rock and roll side, get a couple drinks, head on over across the hall. Play some pool with some pretty little country girls.
There you go. And
Norm's Diner. You ever go to Norm's Diner on a Friday night, Chris?
Yeah, right after the country bar.
And the country whores were in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes. And sometimes they took a ride with you to Norm's.
I have cowboy boots, tight jeans, and big tits.
Let's go have some steak and eggs.
Would you like to have some breakfast?
Steak and legs.
As long as you're on the menu, young lady, absolutely.
As long as I have this face, you have the best seat in the house. That's all there is to it.
Wow. Wow.
You want to ride home? Herm will drive. I'll give you the ride.
Oh. Backseat driver.
Oh my God.
Backseat.
IHOP at closing time. See, Groton, Connecticut,
Oh.
man. We miss our
Oh.
IHOP.
The greasiest of greasy food. The most
I got one. It's
horrible-
right down the road. It's like about a block, about a New York City block from the house. Once
No
I get maybe a
shit.
block and a half.
I haven't seen an IHOP in a dog's age. And oh, that's not true. When I came back from Florida, my friend Jeff picked me up and he's like, "You hungry?" I'm like, "Well, I kind of just got off a plane at 10 o'clock.
Foxy lady for steak and eggs. Fucking A. Go to
Steak and
Mario's.
legs.
Mario Show Place, Massachusetts. Best
Yes.
fucking prime rib on the planet every
There it
Friday
is.
night.
There it is. There it is. So Jeff took me to an IHOP, and I hadn't eaten there in a dog's age, and I enjoyed the ever-loving shit out of myself. Didn't care that I got home at 2 a.m. But
Mario's, the only strip club you go to for the prime rib.
that's right, and not the titties.
Hey, Chris.
Yes,
I'm sorry I beat you this week in the fantasy league. I wasn't.
That's
supposed
okay.
to. I wasn't.
that's okay.
supposed to.
I beat you a week or two ago in Billy's league, and you see who's number one now?
You.
Feeling
Aren't
oosy,
you?
baby. Yes, I
Yeah.
am.
All right. So real quick on that, I cannot believe how well I did just in our league with Yahoo. My kicker, 11 points.
Mm-hmm.
Los Angeles Chargers, 27 points.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Well, it's easy when you're playing a decimated Jet squad, but
Oh, how about
It
that
is what
kid
it is.
Hobbs? How about that kid Hobbs from Minnesota, man?
fuck him. I don't want to talk about it.
No, dude. I'm just saying the backup to the backup.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't want to talk about it. Fuck you.
Had a week to learn the plays.
Yeah, that's great. I don't want to talk about it. Fuck you.
That's a very sensitive subject.
I'll tell you.
Sorry.
I'm going to tell you why. Whoever's running Speedway said, "What up, guys? Hello, Speedway. Whichever one you are, commenting from the Speedway review. By the way, watch a Speedway review tomorrow night. We go through Championship Weekend. We have a guest from the ARCA series who's going to help us break down Championship Weekend from a technical standpoint. And the week after that will be a very sad day for Chris. It will be our Kevin Harvick career retrospective. It's JR in the comment section. TJ earlier, JR now. Nobody has a name. Everybody's got initials. TJ, JR,
CB, BH,
CB, yeah. BH.
CL. BH,
Same,
bigger.
same. I know, I got you.
BM, bowel movement.
Anyway,
lose school this
um,
morning.
Christ.
the Kevin Harvick retrospective, which for what it's worth, I'll talk about more on that particular show. But Kevin Harvick called it a career after a hell of a run in Phoenix on Sunday. Looked like the Kevin Harvick of old. Really fun to watch, and congratulations to all the champions, which you'll find out who they are tomorrow. This is not the show for it.
Yeah, baby.
So watch the fucking show.
I'll tune in.
I figured you would. And Herm, I believe I saw that if you go to StewartHaasRacing.com, you can get Cole Custer championship gear at StewartHaasRacing.com.
I'm gonna buy some shit.
I see, and this is I was sitting, I'm watching the race on Sunday with Terry.
Amount of money about to be spent.
Listen, I'm sitting watching the race with Terry, Travis, and Travis's lady friend.
You know how much shit Herm's gonna buy next week?
No. As we're texting back and forth, and you're saying I want to open up an ice cream stand called Cold Custard, and about NASCAR themed, and the ice cream sandwich that rolls away, and oh shit, we lost a lug. There it goes. And he's like, my dad is talking about NASCAR. I'm like, he lost his shit last night when Cole Custer won the championship.
Oh, Trav.
And he goes, my dad cared about the Xfinity championship? I'm like, dude, I've turned him around, bro. It's bad enough. And all right, since we've gone off the rails and you guys want to have some fun at Herm's expense, please, let's do it. We're not opposed to going maybe 10 minutes long. But when I asked Herm as a favor to produce the Speedway review, he's like, all right, yeah, do I have to get involved? I'm like, that's up to you. If you want to sit there like, drooling with your mouth open, fine, do it. But it might be nice
I can't do that, right? You know, if
right.
I'm going to be in it, I got to be part of it. So now at the very least, I need to fucking pay attention just so I know what the fuck's going on from a producer point of
If
view.
I don't get minimally one text, anywhere between 1 and 5 texts during the truck races, 3 to 4 during the Xfinity races, and maybe a text or 2 during the Cup, because let's be honest, last couple years, Cup has not been exciting.
No.
But Herm is all in on the trucks. Our boy Christian Eckes having a great year this year. Won the last race, didn't win the championship.
No, this
We'll
was
talk
like
about
my
that.
weekend, bro.
Yeah. And
This was my weekend. And
Go
we'll
ahead.
cover that tomorrow night, how it was Herm's weekend, but it really was. It started off with what's his name's wife going into labor.
Keselowski's.
Yeah, and Custer being pulled to qualify his car for the Cup race on Sunday. And then it just got better from there.
Oh, yeah. Starting with Christian. Let's go there. Christian Eckes winning that truck race.
Right.
We go to Saturday.
Yeah. Yep. And then Cole wins the whole fucking shebang, not only the race, but the Xfinity Cup Series.
Mm-hmm.
Is the champion.
JR, save that question for tomorrow, bro. JR, save that question for tomorrow. Trust me.
And then on Sunday, Ross just was like, "Fuck it, I'm beating all you fuckers, and I'm gonna show you how it's fucking done."
And then I'm gonna eat the watermelon right off the track.
And on top of that, Corey Haim with fucking the Hocevar move, and Hocevar literally being like, "That was fair."
Yep.
I told you he was gonna get fucked.
Yep.
It was beautiful. It was the Herm. It was the universe smiled on Herm.
The beautiful thing about all of it was when Herm came in and he's like, "Do I have to pick drivers?" I'm like, "Only if you want to." Yada yada. And when he decided, he made his decisions. And Cole Custer wasn't running that great. He goes, "I picked him. This is the guy that's going to win the championship.
This guy's gonna go there. I just feel it. This guy is taking that shit."
Yep.
I don't know anything. I could just feel it in my gut. Just tells me this nigga right here. This nigga.
Listen to you. Listen to you.
Oh, gotta love it.
But it's fun. We're gonna have a fun time. Me and Chris watched that happen together on the phone. Yes, we did. Absolutely.
Yeah, special full 2-hour episode tomorrow night on Speedway Review.
Yes. And then back to 90 minutes the following Wednesday as we will watch Chris get slightly emotional because, well, I've watched favorites retire before. Somebody sent me a great picture that I'm going to share on Facebook, my personal Facebook.
He's really crying because he lost the fantasy thing. But
why don't you shut your fucking whore mouth?
We'll talk about that.
Who won fantasy?
Not me, but I wasn't planning on it. I don't give a fuck. I joined with a fucking t-shirt donation. That's what I joined for.
Fucking Corey.
Yeah. Fucking NASCAR Rain Man gets t-shirts.
Anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, somebody sent me a great picture from 2005, Rusty Wallace's last year, and it's him and Kevin Harvick sitting and talking to each other, and it's almost like, "Hey, man, I'm getting ready to leave. Don't let Chris down. Be good to him." And Kevin Harvick going, "Yeah, man, I'll take care of him. Don't worry about it. It's all good."
It's all good, yo.
That's right. It works fast, and you don't stink. Past that, ideas for next week. You in the comment section. You on the panel. What do you want to do next Tuesday night?
I don't know. I've been thinking about this the whole show.
I mean, we could still do the Thanos theory. It's basically another riff show. It's just a concept and an idea. We can do it whenever. So that's why I wasn't really. I just wanted to know where we were going tonight. But
explain to the people the Thanos theory.
Well, here's the thing: is that we've all seen the Marvel movie, and Thanos snapped his fingers, and everything bad happened. So we're gonna move aside and past that. I thought we could legitimately discuss the positives and the negatives and have a discussion based
Hold
on...
that thought. Jen Sizer, we did it last week. She says you haven't done "Am I the Asshole" in a while.
We did it last week. We did a special Halloween "Am I the Asshole" show. Go back and watch that, girl.
And don't forget, I am the winner of the most original
He is the
Halloween
Eggman.
costume.
I am the walrus.
Kook, a fucking chew.
And Herm was Fat Billy Joel.
Yes, he was. And
Little Herm looked good. He did look good.
I gotta start.
Little Herm was the Fonz.
Yeah, he looked pretty good too.
So yeah, it'll be a month or two before we revisit "Am I the Asshole?" We could do question from the hat. We could do the Thanos theory. Hell, we could talk
the
about
Thanos theory.
Yeah,
that's an interesting.
Well, we've all seen the Marvel version, but
yeah,
I want to talk about it how it actually truly relates more than 5 years and everything's still shot. Let's all the carnage doesn't happen. Boom. The whole world pauses for 10 seconds and the fingers are snapped and random shit just randomly half the world's people disappear. And then we go from there.
Yeah, I like that.
Do we get to pick the people or,
No, it's just random.
Oh, fuck.
We all survive miraculously.
We're all three in the same spot.
That's what I'm saying. All three of us miraculously survive. And now
because 4 things will survive in the apocalypse: Cher, Keith Richards, cockroaches, and Dysfunction Junction. Take that to the bank.
That's right.
All right, all you dysfunctional people out there, thank you. I'm gonna give my vote for Ryan Springer for the MVP of the comment section tonight.
I don't know. Get down with that.
All right, Ryan, join us again, man.
I was, and then he quoted Kansas.
That's okay. At least it wasn't fucking
that
Foghat.
Makes him Stewart from Beavis and Butthead.
Slow rider, take it easy.
Come on,
all right, all you dysfunctionals out there, spread the word, tell your friends, share the show. We want more eyes and we want more of you in the comment section. For all of you speed freaks that are in the comment section, we'll see you tomorrow night on the Speedway Review. For the rest of you normal fucking folk, we will see you next Tuesday right here on the Junction.
Right here.
I gave birth to a meatball sub earlier. It was the toughest 10 minutes of my life.
10?
It was a big meatball sub.
Don't you mean inches?
Oh, my Lord.
No.